Alice is trapped in here, isn't it? There we go. Hello, my name's Alicen Moser. Wow, there's a lot of you. I'm a junior here at SLU. I'm from St. Louis. A little bit about me. Yeah, hey. I went to Ursuline Academy, which, for those of you who aren't familiar with the area, Ursuline Academy is an all-girls high school. And I know now that I've said all-girls high school, you have two questions, so I'll just clear the air. First of all, no, I am not a lesbian. I went to an all-girls high school. I had other reasons for choosing that high school. And also I was 13, so I didn't have a whole lot of agency in that decision. Second question, yes, I have kissed a girl. I'm not a lesbian, but I'm not a monster. Okay. So now that we've gotten to know each other a little bit better, transitioning from that single-sex environment into this co-ed environment was a little rockier than I had expected it to be, you know, because it's not like I never interacted with a guy in high school, like I did, but being around them just 24/7 kind of changed my perspective on things. Like, I came from this school with nuns and uniforms and prayer and church twice a week, and then I come to college, and there's so many more rules. Like, you guys have there's so many things that I just can't talk about here. Like, periods. Everyone just cringed. You're just like, oh my God, did she just say that? You can't say anything. The other day, somebody was like, oh, hey, how's it going? And I'm like, man, I got no sleep last night. I got all this shit to do, and I started my period today. And the proper response to that would be, oh man, that really sucks. But the response that I got was, oh my God, did you just say period? like people flip a shit. You just mention that you have a uterus, so I don't do that anymore. But yeah, I learned a lot of things coming to college, actually, but only two things have managed to make me any money. And the first thing is how to interact with a group of frat boys. And the second thing is how to lower my expectations. So kind of related. Lowering your expectations is really good in all kinds of situations. Road trips, romantic partners, my GPA. I'm sorry, that's my boyfriend. I love you. But yeah, so lowering your expectations works for all kinds of things, but especially career goals. I'm 20 years old and I don't have a college degree and I'm just generally not the brightest, quickest person. So on the range of minimum wage jobs that are open to me, the one where I can probably make the most money is being a waitress, because you get tips, which is where being a waitress, if any of you have worked in food service before, you know that working in food service means working with the scum of the earth and allowing them to treat you like an indentured servant. It's shitty. And that's where frat boys come in. I'm not saying that frat boys are the scum of the earth. I have some friends who are in frats. Frat boys can be very nice people. I'm saying that frat boys who come in to Humphreys at 10 a.m. drunk and leave nasty barbecue fingerprints on my ass are the scum of the earth. So that's who I'm talking about. And it's very different dealing with them in a group, but very important, because that is where you're going to make the most money, especially if you get blocked in the 10 a.m. shift at Humphreys where no one comes in. So the trick is to, you walk up to the table and you're wearing a push-up bra and like tiny shorts with barbecue fingerprints on them. And you read them the daily special, but you make eye contact with each and every one. And if you can list the shitty ingredients that they're trying to get rid of in the daily special in a way that makes every one of those boys think that you would like to interact with his penis later, you're in. And then the real trick at the end, once you've hooked them, at the end you give them all their individual checks. They always ask for fucking individual checks, But you don't give them any books. You don't give the little checkbooks, which is kind of easier in the first place. But also, they can all see what the other person is putting on the check. And they all put their phone number on the check. And you just hope that one of them will notice the guy next to him putting his phone number, and then he'll cross out the tip that he wrote and write a bigger tip than that guy. And then that guy does the same thing. And then it just like goes all around the table. And then they're all giving you tips that are like bigger than the meal that they paid for. And it's awesome. And you have like this whole list of phone numbers of guys whose fingerprints are on your ass. But yeah, so learning how to interact with a group of frat boys, extremely important. Learning to recognize frat boys is part of that. It's very important to understand how to recognize a frat boy. And not only if you're in food service and female, but also just in general, in life. Generally, frats kind of attract people who enjoy similar activities, like philanthropy and large group activities, getting really hammered and getting really racist. You know, things that frat boys like to do. Just in general. But it's good to be able to recognize that kind of person, so I'm gonna help you out here. Yeah, so when you see somebody, typical frat boy wears what I like to call a bro tank. And you're probably familiar. But a bro tank is a tank top for a man, and it's like got these big blocks of color across it, and he usually is wearing pink shorts, and he'll say they're salmon, and they're pink. They're like this pink. He has this on his ass, and like a tank top with big blocks across it. And there's some people in this room who are not laughing. People are very offended by this. I don't see anybody who's wearing pink pants, so except me. Anyway. Yeah, so once you've, and they wear the bro tank all year round. You can always look for the bro tank because they never get cold. Because frat boys are so horny all the time that they're just kept warm by the fires of their lust. It just keeps them cozy all winter long. So just always look for the bro tank and you're in. And it's important also to be able to recognize a frat boy for the entertainment value. Because they say the funniest things. I was walking along like West Pine the other day, and I saw these two frat boys, and it sounded like they were talking about a party that I had attended the night before. Big mistake. And so I kind of tuned into their conversation because I was like, oh, this could be interesting. Maybe they're talking about somebody that I know. And so I'm listening, and one guy brings up a girl named Chelsea, and he's like, oh yeah, blah 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 blah, Chelsea. And the other guy immediately, frat boy number 2, goes, ugh, Chelsea, she sucks dick. And I was like, don't you have one of those? like, how is that an insult? Like, oh, Chelsea likes to put her mouth on penises like mine. Ugh. Like, it seems like that would be a really positive thing for Chelsea to be doing if you're a man. Like, if you ever hear a girl saying that a guy eats pussy, that's never an insult. Like, you would never hear somebody go, ugh, Brad, he eats pussy. Like, if she's telling you that, that is a recommendation. Like, that's, like, yes, go to Brad. Yeah, I think that's my time, though, so it's great to meet you all. Thanks so much.
Thank you.